thinking in the shower. So when I was in the shower this morning, I was thinking about my relationship between myself and my husband. Now, I'm not talking about as a family dynamic with the kids. I'm talking about just him and I. And I thought about how sensual our relationship can be. Specifically, when he compliments me. Let's say he says, "You look beautiful." And I say, "Why, thank you," right? It hits me on a deeper level than when my girlfriends say, "You look so cute." Like, we might be out, the 5 of us or the 6 of us or however many there are, and we'll be dancing or we'll be having dinner or whatever we're doing, and they're like, "Ooh, you look cute," right? It's in a fun way. It's like, "Well, you look cute too. I like those, shoes," or whatever. But when he says it, I don't necessarily have to compliment him back. As a matter of fact, I prefer not to, because I want it to be authentic if I do compliment him. Now, when I compliment him and I say, "Oh, I love your cologne. It smells so nice on you and you look really nice. I like that shirt, or I like that vest, or I like those jeans, or I like whatever it may be." I want it to be authentic. I don't want it to be, he compliments me and then I compliment him. Now, if it happens occasionally, sure, but I want it to always be authentic. So I was thinking about the 5 senses: sight, smell, hearing, taste, and touch, right? The 5 senses. When one or more of my senses has been aroused, that's what I mean by sensual. Arousing the senses, whether it's smell. Maybe I really like his cologne that he wears. And so when I smell it on him, the way it smells on his body is just perfection. And so I'm like, so I'm always smelling him, which is very bizarre, but I like it. And maybe, if I like what he's wearing, that's sight, right? Or maybe he says something and it sounds sexy, that's hearing. Or maybe he touches me in a way that's very soft and makes me feel good. That is touch, right? And then we have taste. Maybe he cooks something, which he cooks. He's better at seasoning meat than I am. He seasons the hell out of meat and it's so good. And I'm like, how come I can't do that? The other day, we were going to a meeting and he said he was going to cook dinner. It was a late evening meeting, and he said he was going to cook dinner. So I said, okay, that takes the burden off my shoulders of cooking. So he cooks. And he seasons the meat like a restaurant would, like a really good restaurant. And I'm like, it's always perfect. It's not too much. It's just enough, and it just tastes like he made it with love. That would be taste, right? He made these excellent pork chops, and I was like, you outdid yourself on those. That's what I mean by, now that's sensual. That's not necessarily what one might think when it comes to being sensual, but that's something that he does very well. And I'm always excited to taste what he cooks because he seasons it so well. So that's my relationship with my husband. Now, what is it that a woman does in a relationship, specifically in my own relationship, that I find sensual is that I can take something, I can create something from nothing or from almost nothing. There's this preacher, and I don't know, forgive me, I don't know who it is, but I saw this on social media. I've seen it for years, and it's this man talking about how if you buy groceries from the store and you give them to a woman, she will make you a meal. If you buy a house for a woman, she will make it a home. There's a difference between just having a house and having a home with love and care and joy, and that's what makes a home. And I'm sure you've gone into houses before, friends' houses or whatever, and you see that it's just a house. There's no love, there's no joy. You can feel that energy in the house. And even like, you know, the house that we live in, when we were walking through to look at it, it felt like a home, but it was very sad and lonely. And now we bought this house and it's filled with kids and a dog, and there's energy, and there's lots of energy, and there's stuff going on, and everybody's busy, and it's sometimes a mess, and it's like, whoa, there's a lot of going on, but there's love, and there's joy, and there's happiness, and there's, you know, frustration sometimes with all the madness and chaos, but it's a home. And I take pride in saying that with the family, I created a home, but it was my mission to make it a home. And so we just multiply things, we make it better. And I think I've done that in my relationship. I definitely know that I have. And so I want to say that the relationship between a man and a woman is a beautiful one. And I'm going to leave off with that. I do my best thinking in the shower. And a lot of times that's where I generate videos for this YouTube channel. Cheers.